the great thing about being friends with Brigham is there's always an adventure going on at all times. Uh, we did a lot of trips, a lot of fun things together. I don't know if you know this, but one time I went hiking in the slot canyon with Brigham in Goblin Valley, and he pulled my shoulder out of my socket, and I had to get surgery for it, and I've been able to play basketball for like a year. So it's a really cool experience. But the cool thing about Brigham, though, and the thing that I admire most about him is his just attitude, and he's happy at all times. There was points we were in a slot canyon like 4 miles up, and there was times where I really didn't think I was going to make it out, and Brigham carried me the whole way down, and was happy and kept his spirits up the whole time. And that's just the kind of person he is. And the other thing I admire most about Brigham is how hard of a worker he is. We rode each. I'm trying to get emotional here, and you're kind of ruining the vibe. Thank you, appreciate it. But I wrote him on his mission. I could tell how hard of a worker he is. As soon as he came home, he got a construction job. He worked at the MTC. He's always doing something, and that's something I really look up to him about, is how hard of a worker he is. So to Jess, I can say, I guarantee you never have to worry once in your life that Brigham will be able to provide for you. He's one of the hardest working people I know. And I met Jess in February and got to know her and clicked instantly, and I just know that they're the perfect match, and I couldn't be happier for Brigham and for Jess. Some of my best friends, and to happiness. Thank you, guys.
And we were all a little bit worried because it was someone new and we weren't too sure about her. And we quickly warmed up to each other, and she was quite a blessing in my life when I needed her. And something that's always stood out to me about Jess is that her love for the Lord. And try not to get emotional here, but she has taught me so much in that way. And if you know her, that's a huge part of her life. She's also just dedicated and loves life, and she loves the people around her. She's always super influential and helps the people she knows and cares, and just even the people she doesn't know very well. And so one of the things I remember doing a lot with her in the summer, I worked a lot, but when we had time together, we would watch Austin Land, or I bought a car and we changed a couple car parts together, and something that should have taken like a half hour took like 4 hours. So we just had a great time. And when she started dating Brigham, she told me about him. Some of the first things she told me was how much of a spiritual giant he was. And it didn't surprise me at all that was someone she chose to be with and that she wanted to marry. And so I know that they're going to have a great life together. They are absolutely amazing people. They change lives of the people they meet. So let's toast to Brigham and Jess.
And I want to keep this really short, but I have like two kind of funny stories about Brigham that I think just illustrate some awesome things about his character and about him. The first time I met him, we met teaching at the MTC together. And the first time we met, that I really got to know him, is I went to approach him because all my missionaries were in tears. And there were like some tough elders. This was my very first district, and every one of them was just reduced to nothing. And they told me, Brother Elton told us we had no faith. and of course they had tons of faith, and they ended up being really good. But that was my first experience with Brigham, was trying to approach him and ask him what happened with the district. But teaching with him at the MTC was so amazing. If you really know Brigham, you know that he is a spiritual giant. He is just an amazing man. And he is probably one of the people that has the most desire to follow God that I know. And I really, really look up to Brigham for that. And what he's become of himself, and all the things he's gone through in his life, and then shared them with me and our friends. And another thing about Brigham is that he's just a winner. Brigham wins. He's a go-getter. And one story, I hope it's not too self-aggrandizing, but we played in an intramural football team together a year ago. And Brigham loves football. I played soccer, but I feel like I'm fairly athletic. But Brigham was like the captain of the defense. And we get there to this game, it's on Friday night under the lights. We feel like it's Monday Night Football. And only 5 of our guys show up, and you have to have like 7 to play. So we're down 2 men in a flag football team in a game, and we ended up winning by like 3 touchdowns. All of us had interceptions. It was one of the most amazing games we've ever played, and it was mainly because of Brigham just teaching us on the defense how to play and what to do. And so Brigham is just a winner. And I just want to say thank you publicly for all that you've done for me, Brigham. I've really grown a lot from our conversations. We've had a lot of conversations, deep and shallow, but a lot of deep ones. But I just want to say thank you and toast. I guess if we're toasting, we'll toast to winning.
I'm like 15 or 16. We met at volleyball tryouts, and apparently I scared her. I was a little intimidating. It blows my mind because I'm a little shorter than him. Heavy attitude and was kind of weird. And I found out later that I intimidated her, and she's very shy. So, and it blows my mind again because she's not shy. She's a very bold, confident, amazing woman, and I really look up to her. She just one of the things that I remember when we met is like her dad actually got us to talk or meet. We were at a BYU volleyball game, and we were watching, and I walked by, and her dad said, "Hey, look! I mean, like, here's my daughter. You guys went out together," and I was like, "Oh." And it was kind of awkward, but I am so glad that you did that because we just clicked and we became best friends since that moment, and we've been able to talk about anything and like really anything, especially these last few days. I am just so excited for these two. I've watched them probably like a creepy person lately with watching how they interact. I'm totally obsessed, but they just treat each other so, what is the word? They're so gentle and so loving, and I can tell they really care for each other. And I am just so happy for you guys. You guys are so good together. And I know I haven't really seen a whole lot, but even playing volleyball together, it's like I just see little things and your attitude, your personalities, they go together so well. And you guys are going to just have an awesome, happy life, and probably have kids sooner than you want, Jess, but I hope you do. I'm really excited for you guys. I just love you guys, and I'm so glad I got to be here and experience this with you, and spend these last few weeks with you helping me prepare and get ready, and it's just meant a lot to me, and I'm just so beyond happy for you guys. So I wish you the best life.
Jessica Jardine. I can honestly say these are 2 of the best people that I've ever met in my entire life. I actually met Brigham and Jess a little over a year ago, both at the same time playing volleyball. I really got to know Brigham when we first moved in together. He tricked me into going on this 4-mile run for this rope swing. That was like the enticing part about the run, because I'm on a run instead of a rope swing. So I went, and that's when I first got to know how great of a guy he was. We talked about life, spirituality, careers, we talked about girls. That's when I learned of his obsession with girls who play volleyball, where Jess comes in. But yeah, it was a great opportunity to get to know Brigham, and then Jess and I had the opportunity to hang out a bunch and get to know each other. And actually, Brigham and I used to hang out a bunch. We were both single, just living it up. Somewhere along the way, Jessica came in, and she was single too. So it was like us 3, we were the trio, and we would just do everything together. And then slowly, I started to realize what was going on. So soon, the trio turned to this third wheel, and so I slowly had to stop hanging out with them as much. But I just want to say how grateful I am for for their examples. One of the most mature relationships that I've ever seen, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I always admired how they worked with each other through problems, anything that arose. And I'll always keep that in mind as I continue to search for a future wife. But yeah, let's toast to love, and love done the right way.
I was a pretty nerdy guy, still kind of a nerdy guy. But, I became a little bit cooler, and a little bit more cool enough to start hanging out with Brigham around 14, 15 years old. 10 years ago, a lot can happen in 10 years. A lot has happened between trips to Zion, True American, just all these memories that we have, and being at your house. When Brigham got off his mission, I remember we kind of had a little bit of a couple of years where we hadn't really seen each other, and maybe we're different, and then we started hanging out, and we just kind of made this commitment to live with each other. And we've been living with each other for the last 3 years, ever since. Because I knew as soon as I saw him that this is a guy, a man of character, that I needed to model my life around as well. And so, whether it was beneficial to him in any way, who knows? But for me, that's something that I needed, and has proved to be a tremendous blessing in my life. In particular, Brigham and I have kind of this funny relationship where we're kind of competitive with each other. It's fun. For example, on Zion's trips, he'll be taking the backpack, and he's loading 20 pounds or something, and all this I'm trying to take it the whole time, and vice versa. And in the end, I remember on one particular drive, Brigham only listens to country music during the spring, summertime, then he doesn't like it any other time of the year. But we're rolling, and we're just jamming to some good old country songs, and there's this one, it's all powerful, and we just kind of paused, and we stopped, and we're I don't think I've ever felt this kind of love and not toward each other. Break that silence real great. But in a very serious note, it's we looked at each other, I've never felt like that towards somebody. And he goes, you know what? Me either. And as I was kind of thinking about what I was thinking about today, I realized that I've seen that, Jess. And so with Jess, I kind of had this unique experience where I was there with Brigham, we were living together, and Jess was actually dating somebody else at the time, and Brigham was like, that sucks. And so nothing ever happened of it, and here all of a sudden, she enters the picture again. And kind of like what was said before, Jess just clicked. And you know how, as a protective best friend of 10 years, I was also trying to think of when did I approve? When did I approve of this relationship? And it came down to it that while Jess can take Brigham's crap, and while she's competitive and fun, I realized that Jess at her core is a kind person and loving. And because of that, I never had, there was never a need to question if this was a good thing. It was a good thing from the start. And I love you guys forever and always. And that's my toast for you guys today, is to forever and always.
So before I was born, Jessica begged my parents to have another baby because she knew it was going to be a girl. She was sure. So she promised my mom, if you have a baby, it'll be a girl, and I'll take care everywhere with me, and I'll take care of her, and I'll even share my room with her. And that's what she did. When I was born, that's just what Jess did. She's been like a second home to me, and I know she'll be a great wife to Brigham. I love you guys so much, and I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, so I've looked at Jessica all my life, until last year when I grew 6 inches, so now she looks up to me. And Brigham, yesterday, me and Brigham, we set up all this fabric above your heads, and he actually trusted me enough with a power tool. So yeah, I like you for that. But all sarcasm aside, I just want to wish you guys the happiest life and the best of marriage.
All right, so I've known Jessica since 13 months. We met at a hospital, and yeah, since then it's been a train wreck. No. All my life growing up, I just look back at photos and I keep seeing pictures where it's like always us two. She's always been the best sidekick that another brother could have. And ever since I can remember, I remember always wanting to protect her. And I've kind of felt a little weird about letting someone else take that position. But Brigham, I think that, and I feel that you can do the job pretty well. And so I congratulate you guys today. I'm really happy for you.
Okay, well, I'm Sarah, Brigham's little sister. And first of all, I just want to say how excited, sorry, I'm probably going to cry, how excited I am to have Jess as our sister. She fits in so well with our family, and I couldn't ask for anyone else. She's awesome. I had the chance to go to Oregon with Brigham and Jess this past few months ago, and I loved being able to hang out with them, just the way they interacted, and they make each other so happy, and I'm so grateful that I got to be able to go with them and grow towards them. I love the way that I knew that Jess was the one for Brigham because she makes him smile. He's always so happy and always so great around each other. So, love you guys, and I'm excited for your guys' life.
Okay, so I have a lot of memories and a lot of growth in my mind, but one specifically of Jess and Brigham, we were there the night that he proposed to her, and at first we were like, just kind of talking to him, like, how do you know it's the right thing, and you're nervous, and like, he couldn't wait to propose to her, like, he was like, I just want to propose to her, like, I know I'm going to marry her, like, all of a sudden, I'm like, how'd you know, and he's just like, everything with Jess just came so naturally, and I think that just totally described your relationship, like, he never has questioned it, he's always just been totally in love with her, and just felt like everything came so easy, and that's just something I really, like, admire about them as a couple, is they are just really big team players, and they, like, just love each other and really put each other's effort, each other's first. So I love that about them. And then just a quick memory about Brigham, really fast, is so we were really, really close when we were growing up in high school, and he was kind of like the really goofy, fun guy in high school, and I was a freshman and he was a senior, so I just kind of tag along and hang out with his friends, and he would wear like old school like uniforms and like dance around and cheer people on. Like, he loves sports, so he's always like doing that, like the sports games and stuff. And I just remember thinking, I have the coolest brother in the world, and I just still totally think that he is just so fun and full of life and just brings a positive energy to the table. So that's something I really love about him.
Well, I just want to say that I love you guys, and you guys are the best examples to me, and wish you guys a happy life. Woo-hoo!
The relationships happen in their life. And it's been really fun to hear the experiences, and it's very rewarding as a parent to hear how your child has impacted such great people as we've heard from today. And so it's just, I'm reminded of the plan of our Heavenly Father and how today is really an opportunity for Paul and I to recognize just one more of those great steps in our life that we would have never had we not been able to be here. So thank you for that. As I thought about some of my earliest memories of Jessica, and I shared this with Brigham when we had our talk. What I remember about Jessica is Jaron is right. I mean, it's always been Jaron and Jessica because they were so close together. But one of the things that I remember about Jessica, the small house in Rose Park, in northern Utah, and they slept in the same room. We were in a little 2-bedroom house, and they slept there, and Jessica slept on this little baby crib mattress on the floor. And when it was time for bed, she would always come and make me come and lay with her so she could go to sleep. And I've heard a theme here of protecting and providing for. And when I shared that with Brigham, that's something that, again, is hard for a father who I've tried to take that protection and that providing very seriously. And as the more I've gotten to know Brigham, the more comfortable I am that he is the one who can provide and protect my daughter. And so I appreciate that from him and from Jessica. What most of you probably know is, if there's one word that I think describes Jessica, it's determined. And she never lets anything, where I would have quit long before some of the challenges that she's had in her life, she has never let anything stand in her way of doing what she wants to do. And I think that's a great quality to have. As I continue to learn more about Brigham, I'm excited. Learn to find out that we serve in the same general area on our missions, so we have some commonalities there. And just looking forward to seeing them be a eternal couple and beginning their first day as an eternal family tomorrow. So congratulations.
I didn't prepare anything either, but I was sitting there listening to my other children talk about Jessica and thinking about what an impact that she has been in our family. Last year I was having a conversation with her on the phone, and she was talking about her and Jaron getting an apartment together so that they could share their cost of living. And I was saying, how are you going to do that? Because you're going to have to be in charge of the dishes. Sorry, Jared, that's the truth. Washing dishes and cleaning the house and all those things that go with taking care of another person, even if it's your brother. And she said, Mom, I'm ready to do that. She says, I'm ready to do that. In my life, I want that. And little did I know, right, 1 year later, we would be here, where she gets to have that opportunity to share her life with Brigham. I'm so, so grateful for this union of our families. Brigham and I and Nathan and Jess and Lauren and 100 other people helped for the last 3 days to try to get this barn looking ready for this. And it was a great opportunity to spend hot and sweaty and working hard and getting to know the two of them. And when it would get hot and sweaty and we were frustrated, my favorite part was when they would come together and hug each other. And if I could share any words of advice for her, I think that's the best part. Because married life is hard. But when we hit those little roadblocks, it's so nice to just turn to each other and give each other a hug. Makes everything better. I want to wish them the best and let them know how much I love them.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we're in this situation. Actually, I really can't. I'm excited for Brigham. And it's been a mother's prayer for a while that he would find somebody just exactly like Jess. And when he talked to me about Jess the first time, I knew they were going to get married. He was so excited. And it wasn't like the other girls that he talked to me about. It was, sorry, Jess. He was smitten. And I will say he did talk about volleyball a lot. But I know I asked Jess a couple times, I said, have you ever let it go really full blast on him? Because she's a spiker and, she says she hasn't. So he's got that to look forward to. But anyway, I prayed that he would find someone like her, and she is going to be wonderful. And I'm so excited to have her in our family. And if I could give you two any advice, it would be that you pray together. and that you put the Lord first in your lives. And don't ever let anything come between you. And I know you'll be successful because Heavenly Father wants to bless you. And I know that Brigham has a lot of energy. And when he was little, sometimes it was hard to even keep him quiet. And he wanted to know everything and how to do everything and how everything worked. And he just always wanted to learn. And I know that he'll continue to do that. And I know that you guys will just have a great life. And just the way that you planned this wedding even was just miraculous when you came to us with this like 12-page plan of how the wedding was going to be. And it had been sorted out, and it had been planned every little detail had been planned. And, Brigham using his talents and Jess using her talents. And I just know that you'll use those in making an eternal family and that you'll just be awesome. And so I love you both, and I'm excited, Jess, to have you in our family too. And anyway, here's to true love.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm so proud to be here today. I'm proud of Brig. I'm proud of Jess. I was proud for a lot of things. One, I'm not very tall. I was the tallest Elton in my family. And then comes Brig, a little bit taller, hit 6 feet. Big deal for Eltons. Now, grandkids. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. So at least we're improving the gene pool, so that's good. Brig was the perfect first child for us. He always inquisitive, wanted to know everything, like Candace was saying. I remember I would take like an hour drive from where we were living in Layton to go work on some apartments down in Springville. And by the time I got there, I was absolutely exhausted because he would ask these open-ended questions that you couldn't answer with yes or no. He'd want to know something, and you couldn't say, oh, well, that's just because that's the way it is. No, you had to figure out the reason we have the seasons because of the tilt of the earth and the way it goes around the sun and the rays. And, oh, well, how come it's like that? Why isn't it some other way? I was like, until I discovered Dramamine, those rides were exhausting. But once we figured out Dramamine, they went faster. But he was actually an awesome first child. A great example to his little brother Christian, who's on a mission, and a great protector and example to his sisters, and also a great protector of his mother, and a great example to both of us. So I just want to say how much I love and appreciate you, Brig, and how proud I am of you. And then we get the chance to meet Jess, and you see her smile, and you just can't. It wins you over from the very beginning. And then when you get to know her a little bit better and see how kind-hearted she is, I told Brigham that if he screws this up, we're keeping her. So keep that in mind. Love you, proud of you. Congratulations, and look forward to many, many happy years together.
I'd like to really thank you guys for coming today. I appreciate it. We are the people that we are because of you and your love. And we are capable of the thing that we have together, which is amazing and blows my mind consistently, because of the relationships and the people that we've seen around us. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for my God. Because if it wasn't for him, I would have given up on her, sadly. I remember one day I was trying so hard. I mean, I chased this girl for freaking year. I don't chase girls for a year. And when it felt like it was all falling apart, and she wanted to go lay on the other side of the room and not sit next to me when we were watching a movie. She had like an argument with John about I'm single, I get to sit on the single couch instead of sit next to me. Anyway, this is making it look bad. There was reasons, but and that night I was done. I tried for a year, and I was just done. I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't handle the heartbreak. And as I Pray to my God. My God told me to have faith in the relationship, to believe in it. The next day we started dating. Again, I want to tell you how much I love you guys. How appreciative I am of you being here, and you being the people that you are to help us become who we are. And as we move forward, to continue to be there for us, because we know we're going to need help and we appreciate it. Thank you. Again, we'll meet, the reception will start at 8. Feel free to hang out and play. Oh yeah, during the reception, please go play games. Have fun, don't just sit around. You know, if you know me, you know I get bored sitting around, so don't sit around, we'll have some fun. We appreciate y'all coming, thank you.